Sheila, what do you make of this story? Ottawa paid a foreign firm six figures to
Yeah.
spy on pro-Israel Canadians,
Yes.
all the while pro-Hamas mobs running wild in the street. This is your story, I believe.
Yes.
What in blue blazes is going on here?
So I should stop and preface this and say this is my story. I did write it up, but this was first broken by the incredible journalists over at Blacklocks who do not take a penny in government funding for the very important work that they do. And I know that their work can be boring and monotonous because they work a lot in access to information and government reports. And I do too. It is soul sucking. So we got to give credit where it's due because I'm sure they suffered for this. But yes, the Trudeau government paid a foreign firm six figures to spy on Canadians who support Israel. This wasn't counterterrorism, it was political policing. This started after Hamas terrorists murdered 1,200 people, including 8 Canadians, on October 7th. The Department of Canadian Heritage gave $128,000 to a UK group to spy on Canadians on Twitter, or X rather, and Facebook. These, not to monitor jihadists, not to monitor terrorists, but pro-Israel Canadians. And they were looking for, this is what the contract was for: digital analysis, situation room, and rapid response programming for Israel-Gaza extremism, hate, and misinformation. The targets included Friends of Israel, prominent news sources, wonder who that is, conservative commentators, anyone criticizing Trudeau, Mendocino, or Yara Sachs. Again, wonder who that is. Like every single tweet that she posted for the last 2 years, Ezra basically attached a photo of her and Mahmoud Abbas to it. And even Facebook groups concerned about anti-Semitic protests. So if you're like somebody's Yenta, favorite little Yenta, and you're like, boy, I don't want to have to walk past the Yaya Sinwar cosplay to get to the grocery store, you could potentially have been put on a watch list by these people. One report flagged a top performing tweet that said Trudeau indirectly funded Hamas through returning money to UNRWA, which he did. We know UNRWA employed Hamas terrorists, apparently even pointing that out as extremism. Other posts criticized groups like CUPE, the National Council of Canadian Muslims, for their soft stance on Hamas. They also flagged posts about NDP MP Heather McPherson when she was being called out online for being too pro-Hamas. Anyways, they didn't bother to monitor the actual Hamas protests running amok on Canadian streets, or even consider where's all that money coming from for them to have all those matching signs and scarves every single week. They never bothered to look at that. These people froze convoy assets like that after they got their access to a hacked list. Just shows you where the government's focus is.
Unbelievable. And on that note, I believe we have more insanity on the Hamas front from our beloved colleague Alexa Lavoie. Let's check out this short video clip of some nice, peaceful flyers being posted in the city of Montreal. It's nauseating, to tell you the truth, folks. Here, check it out.
Yeah. So I'm doing a quick video because I think it's important to shed light on something. So we have here a new flyers, and I don't know if you can see it. It's mean support the troops. We have the Hamas flag just right there. We have the Hezbollah flag and the Houthis flag. So this is in Montreal. I wanted to do a video to show you that it's not a picture taken from nowhere. It's really in Montreal. So some people are now putting this a little bit everywhere in support of terrorist organization. And this is a reality. That's it, guys.
You know, Sheila, I think if you are going to be visibly Jewish in Montreal, I don't think it's a safe space anymore.
No, I don't think so. I think not just visibly Jewish, visibly anything but Muslim. We see them doing these constant protests in front of the Notre Dame church there. Yeah. I just can't even believe that this is happening in Canada. It's been such a fall throughout these last 10 years, but particularly the last 2 years. And then when you see where the government's focusing on it, it would be people like Alexa objecting to this that would end up on a watch list. Support the troops. But yeah. Which troops? The ones abducting and harming Israelis. I was going to say something worse, but I'm trying to keep us still on YouTube. But yeah, these are the people who harmed mothers in front of their children and in front of their husbands. Those are the troops they need to support. And yet Alexa, according to the government, would end up on a watch list compiled by foreign nationals and then handed over to the state.
Unbelievable. They're using the wrong T word. They're not troops. They're terrorists. And we just saw on the weekend, too, the airport in Tel Aviv bombed. A missile struck in from the Houthis. So I think we can expect to see a major Houthi eradication. Yeah. And as far as I'm concerned, I really believe in Trump's term this time around. I think we're going to see regime change because it is Iran and Qatar that are the sources of the funding for those groups that Alexa mentioned. But like you said, Sheila, the shocking part is Montreal, last I checked, isn't in the Middle East. It's in the Dominion of Canada. But sometimes you have to pinch yourself to make sure you think you're in the postal code you're residing in.
Yeah, well, and you say, Qatar and Iran, but also Canada, also the Western world, by funding to UNRWA. And UNRWA funnels money to terrorists. Terrorists work for UNRWA. And Stephen Harper rightly cut off the money to them. And Justin Trudeau returned it, and Carney's going to give him more.
Let's face it, Canada's economy isn't heading in the right direction. Inflation's eating away your savings, and government debt is out of control. No politician is going to fix that overnight. With Guildhall Wealth, you can hold real physical gold and silver inside your RRSP. It's a time-tested way to protect your retirement and take back control of your wealth. Call 1-877-8-SILVER or visit guildhallwealth.com/rebel to request your free investor kit. And hey, make sure to mention Rebel News.